You call them your friend. You trust them with your secrets. You celebrate your wins with them. You turn to them when life gets hard, and they smile, they listen, they say all the right thing. But behind that smile is something you're not seeing. Envy, resentment, calculation, because they're not your friend. They're your enemy wearing a friend's mask. And the longer you keep them close, the more damage they do. Machiavelli warned that the most dangerous enemies are those who pretend to be allies because you give them access. Access to your vulnerabilities, access to your plans, access to your life. And when they strike, you never see it coming because you trusted them. By the end of this video, you will know the 7 unmistakable signs of a toxic friend. Not the obvious signs, the subtle ones, the ones that hide behind concern and support. The ones that destroy you slowly while making you think they care. And once you see these signs, you'll never unsee them. If you're ready to protect yourself from the people closest to you, keep watching. If not, keep trusting blindly and lose everything. Let's begin. Before we dive into the signs, understand something critical. Toxic friends are more dangerous than open enemies because enemies attack from the outside, but toxic friends attack from within. They know your weaknesses, they know your fears, they know exactly where to strike to cause maximum damage, and they do it while maintaining the appearance of friendship. So you never cut them off, you never defend yourself, you never see it coming until it's too late. Machiavelli wrote that a man is more easily destroyed by those he trusts than by those he fears. These 7 signs are your warning system. Pay attention. Sign 1. They celebrate your struggles more than your successes. Here's the test. Tell them about a major victory. Watch their face. Is there genuine happiness, or is there a flicker of something else? A momentary tightness around the eyes, a forced smile, a quick change of subject. Now tell them about a setback, a failure, a problem you're dealing with. Watch again. This time, they light up. They lean in. They ask detailed questions. They seem genuinely engaged. This is the first sign. They're more interested in your failures than your successes. Why? Because your success threatens them. It reminds them of their own stagnation. It highlights what they haven't achieved. It creates comparison anxiety, and they hate that feeling. But your struggles comfort them. Your failures validate their position. Your setbacks make them feel better about their own lack of progress. So they secretly root for you to fail. Not openly, quietly, in ways you don't notice. They'll say supportive things about your wins, but the energy is wrong. The enthusiasm is performative. The follow-up questions are minimal, but when you're struggling, suddenly they're your best friend. Suddenly they care deeply. Suddenly they're available to talk for hours, not because they want to help, because they want to watch you suffer. Research on Schadenfreude shows that individuals with low self-esteem experience pleasure from others' misfortune. Your toxic friend has low self-esteem, and your pain is their pleasure. Machiavelli said that envy is the most natural of human emotion. Your friend is envy as poison, and envy is poison. Sign 2. They subtly undermine you in front of others. This is harder to spot because it's disguised as humor, as honesty, as concern. Here's what it looks like. You're in a group setting. You mention an accomplishment, and your friend says something like, "Yeah, but remember that time you totally failed at that other thing?" Everyone laughs. It seems like a joke, but it's not. It's sabotage. They just redirected attention from your success to your failure in front of witnesses. Or you're excited about a new opportunity, and they say in front of others, "I hope it works out this time." Seems harmless, right? Wrong. That phrase implies you failed before. It plants doubt in others' minds. It positions you as someone who struggles, and they did it with plausible deniability. And if you call them out, they'll say they were just being supportive, just looking out for you, just making sure you're realistic. But the damage is done. They've undermined you publicly while maintaining the appearance of friendship. This pattern repeats. In meetings, they'll mention your mistakes casually. In social settings, they'll tell embarrassing stories about you. In professional contexts, they'll raise concerns about your judgment, always framed as care, always supple enough to deny, always damaging enough to stick. Research on workplace sabotage shows that covert undermining is more effective than direct criticism because covert undermining can't be proven, so you can't defend against it. Your toxic friend knows this, and they're using it against you. Machiavelli wrote that the wise prince watches not what his allies say, but what they say about him to others. Your toxic friend is talking, and what they're saying is killing you slowly. Sign 3. They're competitive about everything. Here's the pattern. You can't just share something with them. They have to one-up you. You got a promotion, they got a bigger one last year. You're dating someone, their relationship is better. You bought something, they bought something more expensive. You traveled somewhere, they've been somewhere more exotic. Every single conversation becomes a competition, and you're always losing. This isn't coincidence. This is strategy. They're systematically diminishing your experiences by comparison, making you feel like nothing you do is enough, nothing you achieve is impressive, nothing you have is valuable, because they always have something better. And here's the twisted part. If you call them out, they act confused. I was just sharing. I didn't mean to make it a competition. I'm happy for you. But they keep doing it every single time because it's not about sharing. It's about dominating. It's about ensuring you never feel secure in your accomplishments. It's about keeping you beneath them psychologically. Research on narcissistic personality traits shows that constant one-upmanship is a defense mechanism against inferiority feelings. Your toxic friend feels inferior to you, and they're compensating by making you feel inferior to them. Machiavelli warned that a man who must constantly prove his superiority is actually revealing his weakness. Your friend is weak, and they're making it your problem. Sign 4. They need to know everything but share nothing real. Pay attention to the information flow. They ask detailed questions about your life, your relationships, your finances, your plans, your struggles, and you tell them because you think they care. But notice what happens when you ask about them. Vague answers, surface-level information, deflection back to you. They're extracting information while giving none. This is reconnaissance, not friendship. Real friendship is reciprocal. I share, you share. I'm vulnerable, you're vulnerable. I trust you with my truth. You trust me with yours. But this person only takes. They collect your secrets like ammunition. They know your weaknesses. They know your fears. They know what keeps you up at night. But you know nothing real about them. And that asymmetry is intentional because the person with more information has more power, and they're building a file on you for what you don't know yet. But when they decide to use it, you'll find out. Research on manipulative behavior shows that information gathering without reciprocation is a red flag for exploitation. Your toxic friend is gathering intelligence, and intelligence is only gathered for one reason: to be used. Machiavelli said that a prince must know his potential enemies better than they know themselves. Your friend sees you as a potential enemy, and they're studying you. Sign 5. They're only available when you're useful. Here's the test. Need emotional support? They're busy. Need help moving? They're unavailable. Need someone to talk to when you're down? They don't respond. But need to introduce them to someone important? Suddenly they're free, have an opportunity that could benefit them. Suddenly they're your best friend, can give them access to something they want. Suddenly they care deeply about your friendship. This pattern reveals everything. They're not your friend, they're a user, and they only show up when there's something in it for them. Real friends show up in the hard times, when there's nothing to gain, when it's inconvenient, when you can't offer anything but need everything. That's when real friendship proves itself. But toxic friends disappear during those times and reappear the moment you have something they want. This is transactional friendship, and transactional relationships are not relationships. They're negotiations. Research on social exchange theory shows that relationships based purely on utility collapse when utility disappears. Your friendship has an expiration date. The moment you stop being useful, they vanish. Machiavelli wrote that friendships built on advantage dissolve when advantage ends. Your friendship is built on advantage, their advantage, not yours. Sign 6. They discourage you from opportunities they want for themselves. This is the most insidious sign because it's disguised as protection. Here's how it works. An opportunity comes up, a job, a relationship, a project, a move to a new city, something that could change your life for the better, and you mention it to your friend. Their response? Concern. Are you sure that's a good idea? That seems risky. I don't know if you're ready for that. Maybe you should wait. What if it doesn't work out? They frame it as care, as looking out for you. as protecting you from failure. But here's what's really happening. They want that opportunity for themselves, and if you take it, they can't, or worse. They're afraid that if you succeed, you'll outgrow them, you'll level up, and they'll be left behind. So they sabotage you with concern, they plant doubt, they magnify risks, they minimize benefits, all while pretending to be the voice of reason. And if you listen to them, you stay stuck while they pursue the same opportunities they told you to avoid. Research on competitive friendship dynamics shows that envious friends systematically discourage peers from advancement opportunities. Your friend doesn't want you to grow because your growth threatens their position. Machiavelli warned that those who discourage your ambition are plotting to keep you beneath them. Your friend is plotting against you. Sign 7. They never take accountability, but always point out yours. Watch what happens when they make a mistake. They deflect. They blame circumstances. They blame other people. They blame you. But they never say, I was wrong, I messed up, that was my fault. Now watch what happens when you make a mistake. Even a small one, they remember it forever. They bring it up repeatedly. They use it as evidence of your character. They make sure everyone knows about it. This double standard is intentional. They're holding you to a standard they refuse to meet themselves, because accountability is power. When you admit fault, you give others leverage over you. But when you never admit fault, you maintain the appearance of infallibility. So they never admit fault, but they ensure you always admit yours. This keeps them psychologically above you. It positions you as the flawed one, the one who makes mistakes, while they're perfect, and perfection demands deference. Research on manipulative relationships shows that accountability asymmetry is a hallmark of emotional abuse. Your toxic friend is emotionally abusing you by holding you to standards they violate constantly. Machiavelli said that a man who demands from others what he will not give himself is a tyrant. Your friend is a tyrant, disguised as a friend. Now here's what you need to understand. If you see one of these signs, you might have a complex friendship. If you see 3 of these signs, you have a problematic friendship. If you see 5 or more of these signs, you don't have a friend. You have an enemy who hasn't revealed themselves yet. And the longer you wait, the more damage they'll do. So what do? You run. Not dramatically, strategically. You don't confront them. You don't explain. You don't try to fix the friendship. You just slowly reduce contact. You become less available. You share less information. You stop inviting them into your life. You let the friendship die through distance. Because confronting them gives them a chance to manipulate you, to gaslight you, to convince you that you're imagining things, that you're being paranoid, that they've always been there for you. And you might believe them because they're skilled at this. They've been doing it the whole time. So you don't give them that opportunity. You just disappear from their life quietly, and you never look back. Because looking back means giving them another chance, and they don't deserve another chance. They've already shown you who they are. Believe them. Machiavelli wrote that the wise prince cuts off threats before they manifest. Your toxic friend is a threat. Cut them off. Now, here's your action plan. Today, go through your closest friendships. Ask yourself honestly, do they celebrate my success or just tolerate it? Do they build me up or subtly tear me down? Do they compete with me constantly? Do they take more information than they give? Do they only show up when I'm useful? Do they discourage my opportunities? Do they hold me to standards they violate? Answer honestly, not with the person you wish they were, with the person they actually are. And if the answers reveal toxicity, start distancing immediately. This week, stop sharing important information with them. Next week, stop initiating contact. The week after, stop responding promptly. Within a month, they'll be out of your life, and you'll wonder why you waited so long. Because the relief you feel when a toxic friend is gone is proof that they were never really a friend. They were a weight, and you just dropped it. Research on relationship quality shows that removing toxic friendships improves mental health more than therapy. Your toxic friend is making you sick. Cut them out. Heal. If this opened your eyes, understand something. There's a deeper level to this. How to identify toxic people before they get close. How to protect yourself from manipulation. How to build a circle of real allies in a world of fake friends. That knowledge exists, but it's not public. It's behind the join button. Subscribe to this channel if you want to keep learning. Subscribe to this channel if you want to keep learning. But click join if you want the complete defense system. Most people won't. They'll keep toxic friends around. They'll keep getting hurt. They'll keep wondering why their life doesn't improve. But you're different. Now go. Audit your friendships. Identify the toxicity and run, because the people you keep close determine your ceiling, and toxic friends are anchors pulling you down. Cut the anchor and watch yourself rise.